Okay guys, we're back to the changing this switch that is not only corroded, but the wires inside are burnt up. So let's see, I turned off the power, made sure it was off. What I want to do is get these screws out. Okay. They got little retainers that you go so far and then it'll just hold. Check out the carnage in here, guys. Is that scary or what? And it's a plastic box. The wire is melted to the top of the box. This could have been really bad. Definitely a fire hazard. So, I guess if you're not comfortable doing wiring, you should have a qualified person do it. The guy that did this, apparently he wasn't very qualified, because this should have never happened. Okay guys, I just discovered underneath the purple wire connector here, see that gooey liquid? That's why this one didn't corrode and catch on fire, because they used the correct compound on that to keep that from happening. Apparently over here on this one you got 2 aluminum and 1 copper. They didn't use the right stuff on that. So what happened, this expanded and contracted, and then it started on fire pretty much in here in this box. So what I'm going to have to do is try to cut some of this back that's bad and see if I can get some good connectors on here. I got some of that liquid stuff I was telling you about to put on there. What is it called? Okay guys, it's called Penetrox electric joint compound for the prevention of oxide buildup, anti-seizing, and this is for aluminum to aluminum, aluminum to copper connections, and on bus bars. Good for all voltages. Assures a high conductivity joint by sealing out air and moisture to prevent corrosion and reformation of oxide film. So we'll be using this. Okay guys, so I got the dialysis grease on this one because it's aluminum going to copper there. This one's copper, so I didn't use it here. And all these 3 had to tie together. And as you can see, we don't have much real estate back in there to pull these wires out. This one, I'm probably going to have to put some black tape around this and then clean this up. Anything, I'm trying to figure out why this ground wire is not hooked up to anything. And that's the way it was when I started. I don't know if it's because they didn't have a metal box or what, but anyhow, I'd like to extend the ground to the ground wire on the plug here. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that right now because we got just a stub out right here. Not much to work with. Okay, guys. So I vacuumed that out some. Trying to clean it up. Yeah, I wish they didn't have these huge openings on this thing, letting air through. But we'll get it sealed up one way or another. So I'm going to have to get these wires back together here. Looks like a mess, doesn't it? Okay, guys, I was able to pull this one out a little farther. I'm going to try to get on this ground wire and ground it to the switch at least. Can't ground it to the box because it's plastic. I wish I would have used a metal box here, but and maybe a bigger box too because it's a junction as well as the switch. And it's pretty tight. Let's see what we can do with it. Okay, guys, I put the dielectric grease on these three. Got it tightened down real good. I'm going to put a little more black tape around here. I heard it helps hold that grease inside there in case it tries to melt and roll out of there. So I'll do a little more tape around this one. And then we'll move on and try to get this ground hooked up next. Okay, guys, I got the ground tied on. And I'm going to hook it onto the switch here. On the green wire, or the green nut here. And then our final connection will be this other the hot. Okay, guys, I got my grease on here. Getting ready to get the wire nut on there. So I greased this one real well. The copper one that's touching here. Got our ground hooked back up that was disconnected. Got it tied on here. And what I'll do, after I get that wire nut on there, I'll turn the power on, check it before I get it back in there. Okay, guys, I got it pushed back in there. I'm going to go out and turn the power. I wasn't sure which one it was, so I got several off here. I'm going to turn it back on. Okay, guys, the light's coming on out there, so got it all finished here. I'm going to go ahead and seal up around this a little bit and put the cover on.